Okay, we are so back, and that was just a little bit shaken up. We're fine. Okay, good evening, college football fans, and welcome to week 17 of College Football 26 season long Imperialism. Only 25 teams are left, and I think 12 of them were in the kickoff invitational at the start of this year. So it's a lot of contenders. It's 5 out of the remaining 8 teams in the quarterfinals of the real life college football playoff, and then a whole bunch of surprise teams. Biggest shock factors of the tournament: the fact that Ohio State played in game 1 and has somehow avoided playing every single matchup since then. I think we've had well over 100 spins of the wheel since that moment, and they're still just chilling up there in Ohio with 3 MAC teams all around them. We might see them play today. Who knows? Arizona State has already lost an extra life. Penn State lost theirs. Florida lost theirs. Nobody else has gotten one. Notre Dame and Ole Miss are both very close to getting those extra lives. I believe they're only 1 win away each. So here we go. 25 teams left. We are getting down to the top 18 with this episode. So let's shuffle and get going. Who will be the first team to play in this top 25? Are we going back to Clemson again? We are. Clemson Tigers got landed on last week, but got skipped by the arrow, so they avoided playing. They are bordering Tennessee and Georgia right now, 2 very strong SEC teams that they would rather not play. So let's pull up this arrow. Whoopsie. Hold on. That's... Uh-oh. Oh, right, because I screwed it up. Hold on. Gonna pop this back, and of course the thing reset. We don't like that. Pop this here, and then grab this. Oh my god, it's screwed up. Hold on. I'm gonna have to reset this. Let me see. There we go. Oh my god, why did it... Every single other time I've tried this, it has worked. And now it is reset for some reason. I don't understand why. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to try, resetting everything. Sense. One more time. Pop this up. Open that first. And then, sorry for the delay. We will obviously cut this from the final broadcast. Let's pull up the map again. And then do this. I don't care that the ad blocker's on. Now we're going to pull this out. Make it smaller. Put it over here, and then... Ah, it doesn't work. Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay. That's fine. We're just going to spin this and find out where Clemson's playing. Here we go. That is going to be north and east, which means we are getting Clemson versus Tennessee in game 1 tonight. Let's get it set up. Oh, God, I don't know why that... I don't know what I did to make that function differently, but for some reason it's not working. I don't get it. We're doing Clemson, Tennessee. Let's get it going. Tennessee playing at Neyland Stadium. I may be taking a little trip down to Neyland at some point this year. We will have to see whether that happens or not. can't see the wheel. Well, I'm not going to respin the wheel. That's separate from all this. But yeah, the thing froze as soon as I started the stream, but now it's back. Okay. Let's see. We're going to go home uniform for Tennessee. And then, do we go with the purple one for them? I think we'll go purple. Okay. Gotta go with a night game. 7 minutes. Here we go. It is a matchup of two college football powerhouses to open up the top 25. The Clemson Tigers, who've only won one game so far in this tournament. They're beating Coastal Carolina. Or they might have beaten South Carolina as well. I think they've played 2 games. But now they're going to play a much better opponent in the Tennessee Volunteers, who were able to take down the #1 Cinderella of this tournament, the James Madison Dukes, in order to take all of their territory going out into Tennessee, up into North Carolina, up into Virginia and Maryland. And now they will try and defend that territory against one of the more disappointing teams from the SEC this year in the Clemson Tigers. So we'll start with the kickoff, and we are underway in Knoxville, Tennessee, for the top 25 of season-long Imperialism. And it is a good kick return past the 20 up to the 21-yard line. A couple of missed tackles forced there by number 18. So here comes Joey Aguilar, the senior transfer quarterback, possibly playing in his last Imperialism game, unless he can find a way to beat Cade Klubnik and the Clemson Tigers. Crazy we haven't heard Klubnik's name at all in draft proceedings after he has proceeded to lose all of his talent, Monstar style, this season. Aguilar fakes the handoff in 1st and 10, stops, throws short. It's going to be caught for about 7 yards. They love those 7-yard completions on the opening play, which will then, of course, take us to Super Sim. Here we go. Tennessee gets stopped. Clemson gets stopped. A little bit of a defensive showdown. We go to the end of the first half. Still no score. Still nothing. Third quarter. Still no score. Tennessee finally gets on top. 4 minutes to go. Stop. 3:17 to go. We are tied at 7, and we are going to jump right in here. 4th and 2. Tennessee is going to have to punt the ball back to Clemson, and the Tigers will start with good field position in a potential game-clinching drive to knock the Volunteers out of Imperialism. There goes the punt. It's going to be returned here past the 50 up to the 47-yard line as Cade Klubnik steps back out. It's a 2-wide receiver set. They're going max protect. Klubnik hands it off to number 8, who gets past one defender but can't get much more than that. That's Adam Randall with the run, but he just got stuck. Tennessee's defense doing a good job holding that to no gain, as Clemson will have to try again if they want to get some more yardage and potentially move into game-winning field goal range. 2:30 to play. Tennessee is content with letting the clock run. Press coverage at the top of your screen. Klubnik going to keep it himself, has plenty of space to the 40, down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a crucial 3rd and 2. Gets his running total back to -3 yards. Has been sacked several times by this vaunted Tennessee defense. Tennessee and Clemson both made the college football playoff last year. They both had disappointing seasons this year. Clemson more than Tennessee in that regard. 3rd and 2 now. Will they run this play before the 2-minute timeout? They will. It's a fake to Randall. He throws RPO to the outside. Number 12 makes the catch. Does he get the first down? I don't know if he did. Oh, boy. Number 12 makes the catch, but I don't think he got there. It's 4th and 1. Are they going to punt it? They're going to try a long 54-yard field goal from number 81. It's Nolan Hauser. Snap. Hold. Kick is good from 54. That is an incredible kick from Nolan Hauser. I'm not sure if he's had another attempts and like has missed them earlier in this game, but he came in the very clutch there to make that one and give Clemson a 10-7 lead here with 1:53 to go. Joey Aguilar in Tennessee will get back onto the field with everything to play for. And it's not a great kick return, tackled at the 15-yard line. So here come the Vols. Joey Aguilar and Tennessee going to work. It's going to be a run on first down, and it goes absolutely nowhere. Sammy Brown, the sophomore linebacker, making the stop. As I believe it's Star Thomas with the run, just getting nowhere. He's had a pretty great run in Imperialism, a couple of very strong games, but nothing doing on that play. It'll be 2nd and 14 for Tennessee. Very wide set here. Aguilar hands off to Star Thomas again on 2nd and 14, and he gets dropped. What was that play call? Seriously, what are they thinking in Tennessee? This is your season. You only have 1 minute 15 seconds to go. You're letting the clock run like crazy. And you go for a 2-yard pickup on a shotgun and run up the middle? Because now it's 3rd and 12. You got a 4-wide receiver set, very wide, but only a minute to go. Aguilar waits, launches, caught, 30, 35, 40, down to the 45-yard line, and maybe that's why they saved some time, because they knew they were going to pull that out of their butt. Aguilar just passed 100 passing yards with that completion, and now they're only about 15 yards away from field goal range. Aguilar keeps it himself, and he's sacked. It'll be 2nd and 12. They're not going to call a timeout. It's a great play by number 13. That is Will Helt, the junior transfer linebacker. And watch out, because Tennessee is quickly running out of time, and they show no hesitancy in letting this run more. Empty set, 5 wide receivers. They got to be really confident in Aguilar. And I don't know why they would be today. Aguilar waits, throws deep, got his man into field goal range. Tennessee making it happen. Wasn't able to see the receiver again there. With 29 seconds to go, they're going to let the clock... No, they call the timeout. 25 seconds to go. Only one left. This will be a 51-yard kick from here. Aguilar throws, short, caught, just short of a first down. They're going to say it's 2nd and inches. And Tennessee will call their last timeout with 24 seconds left. They have to be very careful about how they use the clock now. Going ultra wide again. Aguilar hands off to Thomas. Thomas to the 20, to the 15. Spins through a man to the 5, down to the 1-yard line, but they can't stop the clock. This is going to be very, very close. They're going to have to spike the ball to the 1, and then it's going to be a really, really hard kick. Game-saving tackle by number 47. They will line up with 10 seconds to go. This is going to be an incredibly difficult kick right from that angle. So hard. Aguilar's going to run a play. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Corner of the end zone, incomplete. 2nd and goal with 4 seconds to go. They have to go for a field goal now, right? It's way too risky to run a play here with 4 seconds to go. You're not going to be able to call a timeout. You're not going to be able to stop the clock. This is going to have to be a very tough kick for Tennessee's kicker, number 90, Max Gilbert. There's the timeout from Clemson. Max Gilbert has an 18-yard kick in front of him. That's one of the most difficult in the game because of how far to the left it is and how much you have to pull the ball. Let's see if he can nail this. Max Gilbert to send this game to overtime. Snap, hold, kick is good. He is able to pull it inside for a deceptively difficult kick to tie this game at 10 with 1 second remaining. Clemson's definitely struggled on offense, and Tennessee's had a good defense, so this was always going to be how this game would play out. 10-10, and unless this is a return touchdown, we're going to overtime, and that's exactly what happens. We are going to overtime in our first game of the night. And let's get the lighting right. I completely forgot about that. There we go. That's some Tennessee lighting for you. As we go into Cheez-It Crunch Time. I should have bought some Cheez-Its, but I didn't. Okay. Clemson wins the toss, which means they will go on to defense first. And we'll have to see if their defense can hold up against a Tennessee attack that is suddenly moving the ball extremely well. Here we go. Aguilar drops back, throws short. It's going to be caught. And once again, they continue to roll with number 14 making the catch there. That's Braylon Staley making that one happen. Setting up for 2nd and 1 from the 16. Oh, no, that was number 4. That was Mike Matthews making the catch. So Aguilar steps up to the line. Wants to throw short. He does to Star Thomas. Thomas with a slow turnaround. Can he get the first down? No. They're going to say it's 3rd and inches. He is taken down at the 15-yard line. Which will now set up a very crucial play. Can Clemson make the stop to force the field goal? No one's covering the slot receiver. Aguilar hands on the Thomas. Why would they run it? Because they're going to get it. 10-5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Incredible blocking by the outside edge players for the Volunteers, giving Star Thomas a wide open pathway to the end zone for the first touchdown of overtime. Take a look at how he pulled this one off. Just rolling out. Bad angle by number 18, and he was gone from there. Great blocking by the receiver. That might have been Mike. That could have been number 14, Braylon Staley, making the block there to seal it off and give Tennessee the lead. Here comes the extra point from Max Gilbert. Snap, hold. Gilbert's kick is good. An easy drive for Tennessee as they play Rocky Top there in Knoxville. Oh, and the fans are chanting along. That's so great. Klubnik throws open and caught for another first down. That's number 11 for Clemson making the catch. But I couldn't tell you who that is because his name is not on the roster. Like, I paid our lads real money for these rosters, and they're just not helping me out. Here we go. Klubnik. Under pressure on 1st and 10. Rolls, throws short. Going to be caught by number 8. And he's able to make the catch. Adam Randall up to the 4-yard line for 2nd and goal. So much riding on this. Clemson has never really had a significant run in Imperialism. They got beaten by Appalachian State last year, and they've beaten South Carolina and Coastal Carolina so far this season. Klubnik on 2nd and goal to tie the game. He drops back, has time, throws to the end zone. Incredible catch by number 0, making it happen. Another player who's not on their roster, but we'll see his name in just a moment. That was Antonio Williams making it happen. Yeah, this is their current depth chart, but I don't know, man. Maybe Williams is transferring out. We'll never know. Here is the kick to tie this game and send it to double overtime. Kick is up, and it is good. Both teams with matching 3-play, 25-yard drives. As we go to double overtime for, I believe, the 3rd time in this tournament. Clemson gets the ball again, going the other way this time. He waits, throws deep. It's going to be an incredible catch made by number 1, TJ Moore, making that catch for the Tigers. As Klubnik walks the team up, it's an easy first down as they progress straight into money territory here. Number 1 helped finish off that tackle for Tennessee. That was somebody. I really hate these rosters in December, man. Klubnik throws short, caught. That's TJ Moore again, his 5th catch of the ball game, making it 2nd and 1 for the Tigers. Like, seriously, once December hits, all these transfers start happening, like, these rosters become illegible. And there's no way that I can, like, pull up a previous one. I don't think there is. It's a run up the middle. Adam Randall is taken down for a loss. Yeah, it's really annoying. Anyway, it's 3rd and 1. Huge play for Clemson. Klubnik waits. Throws at the last second. It's going to be caught by number 11. Touchdown, Clemson. They have taken the lead in double overtime. It's the mystery number 11 player. We're about to find out his name. Let's see what it is. P-A-T-T something. We still haven't seen his name. Maybe they'll show it to us now. Olsen Pat Henry. There he is. Yeah, he used to be on the depth chart, but they're not showing it right now. Olsen Pat Henry gets open. They love throwing to tight ends in the red zone. And he thanks them for that with another touchdown. So here is the all-important 2-point conversion. Can Clemson get this to push the lead to 8 and put the pressure back on Tennessee? Klubnik. No, he's going to run. Speed option to Randall, who gets stuffed. And every time the teams run on 2-point conversions, it fails. Like, that's just the game's interior script deciding, we're just not going to let this one convert. We'll just run a run. So here's Joey Aguilar in Tennessee running with a quad set on the right side. Aguilar throws a lobbed pass incomplete. Sorry, it's called the diamond, not the quad. It's the only bad thing about Tennessee in these games. This bad camera angle looking down underneath all that big-ass roof. Maybe that's how it is in real life. Maybe that's what my seat will be like when I go. If I go. Aguilar drops back, throws, short, caught. It's going to be short of the first down, but it's a good catch by Mr. Braylon Staley, setting that one up. It'll be 3rd down. Hugely important play here for the Volunteers. And yeah, they updated the rosters to remove all of the seniors. Not very smart. I don't like that. Quick pitch. Over to number 2. He's going to find some space to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Tennessee. A beautiful, beautiful run there for a new player who, again, is not on the roster. There goes their dog going for a big run after the touchdown. That was Peyton Lewis, the Tennessee running back, finding the edge. Once again, Tennessee's edge blocking coming in clutch here, as Tennessee is a 2-point conversion away from winning this game and expanding their territory to include the state of South Carolina. Can they convert? They're going to have to throw. If they run, they're not going to get it. Here we go. Aguilar sets everything up. Takes a snap, going to run a quarterback draw. Speed option is going to work, and Tennessee has knocked out Clemson to claim their spot in the top 24. I said it wasn't going to work with a run, but they executed on the speed option much better than Clemson did. And that is how it goes. Deshaun Bishop. A very good game. 20 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. As the Volunteers quickly making a name for themselves. They were quiet for most of the tournament. Now they have stepped up. And they have arrived, knocking out James Madison and Clemson in back-to-back games. And getting rid of our last purple team on the map. Speaking of the map, let's return to it in one moment once we get a look at Joey Aguilar conducting the band at the end here. There we go. And Clemson, oopsie. You got 2 wins, which is more than you could say last year, and you got to the top 25. But nothing much outside of that. Bye-bye. There we go. Let's do that one again. Oh my god. Why is this not working? There we go. That was annoying. Okay, here we go. Let's resize this Tennessee logo because we can take up plenty of space now. Pull it down again. And then pull it down again. Making it truly huge now. There we go. Tennessee really flexing out, taking up space on the east end of this map as we go back to the wheel to knock out Clemson. They are gone. Let's go to stats. 25-23 your final in double overtime. Joey Aguilar 13-27 for 165 yards at a pick. Cade Klubnik 17-25 for 145. Somehow 3 touchdowns in the game, helped out by the double overtime stats. We go to running the ball. Adam Randall 12 for 57. We got Jay Haynes 1 for 19. There's the longs for them as we go back to Tennessee. Deshaun Bishop, the leading runner in this game, 20 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Star Thomas 11 for 47. Joey Aguilar 4 for 8. Peyton Lewis 1 for 17. They spread the wealth. 3 touchdowns between these running backs as we go to receiving. Mike Matthews 4 for 37. Braylon Staley 3 for 58. Star Thomas 3 for 41. Travis Smith Jr. 2 for 25. Deshaun Bishop 1 for 4. For Clemson, TJ Moore 5 for 53. Antonio Williams 5 for 54. Adam Randall 3 for 5. Olsen Pat Henry 2 for 19 and a touchdown. Brian Wesco Jr. 2 for 14. We go to the defensive players for Clemson. You got Peter Woods with 3 TFLs. Will Helt adds 2 of his own. Kylan Griffin adds 1. Sammy Brown adds 1. TJ Parker adds 1. DeMonte Capehart adds 1. Wade Woodaz adds 1 with an interception. Jaden Lucas added a pass breakup. That was the only one of the game. No forced fumbles, no recoveries, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the Volunteers. Let's see who played the best for them. Bryson Eason, 3 TFLs, 1 sack. Jackson Moy, the same stat line. Joshua Josephs, 1 TFL. Boo Carter with 1 TFL as well. No interceptions. Ricky Gibson III and Jackson Matthews both had pass breakups. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to kicking. Max Gilbert, 1 of 2 on the day. His 18-yarder was the longest he made. And Nolan Hauser made a 54-yarder that ended up not mattering in this ball game. We will go back to the main menu and return to the wheel. 24 teams remaining. Let's shuffle and spin this thing once again. Who will play next? Is it Pittsburgh? No. Are we going back to Penn State? Yes, we are back to the Big Ten once again. Nittany Lions have played 6 games so far. Their last game they played was a loss to Buffalo. And now we'll see whether they play the Bulls again or go to Pitt or if it's another game for Tennessee. Let's get out the arrow and find out. Oh, cool. That works now. So we'll spin. And Penn State, that's close. I think it's Pittsburgh. We're going to have to double check. And, oh my God, of course. We're just going to set this up so we can see both. Middle of the logo's right there. and that is Pitt. So it's finally time for the Pennsylvania State Championship between Penn State and Pittsburgh. Let's get it set up. So there's Pitt. And Penn State will be the road team in the Keystone Classic. Let's get the lighting right. There we go. Pitt will go with their classic home uniforms, unless, of course, we can find a better look for them. We've got all blue, which is nah. Away option, which white out, nah. Yeah, we're just going to stay with the home uniform. And then Penn State will go with their classic road. Okay. Here we go. This is going to narrow us down to the top 23 and give us only one team left from the state of Pennsylvania. Pitt has had a pretty good tournament, beating West Virginia earlier on this season. I think that might be their only win so far. But Penn State got 5 wins up to an extra life, but then lost that extra life immediately by losing in an upset loss to Buffalo. And that game was not close. Really embarrassing for Penn State, because they could have been set up for success by maintaining an extra life, because now they have to go to Acrisure Stadium and take on the Pitt Panthers. Can Pitt maintain what has been a really fantastic season for them and knock off the Nittany Lions, or will Penn State keep their incredible Imperialism run going? Panthers will start with the ball to the 5, to the 10. Beautiful spin, but doesn't really amount to much as he's taken down at the 17-yard line. And I forgot to set up the rosters. I guess we'll just let this run to Super Sim and see if we actually need him. Penn State leads the all-time series 53-43, and they did win the last time that these two teams played. See, here's their quarterback. He's going to hand it off. It's a beautiful run by number 25 for a Pitt first down. Jakirian Turner, I guess would be how you pronounce that. Making a good play as we go to Super Sim. Pitt will not score. Penn State goes up 3-0. Penn State gets the ball back. Can't score. Pitt still can't score. Penn State makes it 6-0. Pitt still can't respond. Second half. 7-6. Pitt gets back into it. 12-7. Going quickly now. Stop. 19-7. We're going to go one play at a time here. Oopsie. Just to see if Pitt is able to score on this drive. And they do. They hit on the extra point. So we will jump into this game with 3:14 to go to see if Pitt can make the stop and get the ball back to potentially come back from down 19-7 in the fourth quarter. Ethan Grunkmeyer, Katron Allen, Nick Singleton, and Penn State will get the opportunity to put this game away and send the Nittany Lions to their 6th win of this Imperialism season. We're going to pull up their roster so we can see that. Grunkmeyer on 1st and 10. Going to hand it off to Nick Singleton up the middle. Beautiful hurdle. He gets bowled over at the end of the play, but he's got 7 carries for 74 yards. Probably as the backup, because Katron Allen's been the starter for most of this season. So it's a first down for Penn State, and they are running the clock with abandon. Pitt has got to use their timeouts right here, or else this game is over. Grunkmeyer hands it off to Katron Allen. He is stuffed in the backfield. He's got 13 carries for 53 yards, and Pitt calls their first timeout. So Penn State's got to line back up. They need 10 yards over the next 2 plays to end this game. Grunkmeyer hands it off to Singleton. Singleton it's Allen again, and he still can't get any separation. It'll be 3rd and 10, which means Penn State will almost definitely be forced to pass here. Grunkmeyer sets it up 4 wideouts, 1 running back. He drops back. Under pressure. Throws long. Dropped! Oh, man. Luke Reynolds had it in his hands and could not convert for the win, which means Penn State will give it right back to Pitt. Up by 5. Pittsburgh will have a free timeout after the incompletion and 138 seconds to march down the field for a potential game-winning touchdown. And this punt is decent, but it's going to be a couple good blocks to the 40. 45, he tries to spin. It's a good return. And Kyle Lewis goes down with an injury for Pitt. You hate to see that so late in the game. So with 2:10 to go, here comes Mason Heinschel, the true freshman quarterback. He drops back, has some time, throws short, and that's going to be a short completion, which will take us to the 2-minute warning after a gain of only 3. Pitt really has their backs against the wall here. Because Penn State is so much more experienced in Imperialism football than they are. Heinschel sends a man in motion, takes the snap, fakes, throws for the first down. It's going to be caught by number 3, and Pitt is still alive as Kataris Hicks makes the catch. Up to the 37-yard line. They're in field goal range, but that does not matter here. They're just going to run this clock and hope they can score against this vaunted Penn State defense that is essentially the reason they've made it this far. That and weak competition. Heinschel drops back. Throws short, almost intercepted by number 13. So close to a big play there by somebody who's not on the roster anymore. But it'll be 2nd and 6 now for Penn State. Heinschel drops back. 4-man pressure. He's going to throw deep. That will be dropped by Jakirian Turner, who was right there ready to go, but he could not hold on to the ball. So back-to-back drops for each of these teams that would have been huge game-changing plays had they been completed. 3rd and 6. Pitt staring death in the face. Will they blink? Heinschel, 4-man pressure, throws short. It's going to be a first down, 25-20. And he's going to juke inside and be taken down right there. That's number 0 making the catch. And again, we don't have his name. But it's a good play for Pitt. They're going to let the clock run down to about a minute left. Heinschel in the gun. Drops back. Needs to throw quickly. He does. It's going to be caught for a short gain. And that'll keep running the clock. It ends up being a pretty good play considering how close they are, but they're going to have to be very careful with how they use this timeout and what plays they run from here on out because I think their leeway is gone. With 40 seconds to go, they're at the 19-yard line on 2nd and 8. Heinschel's got to take some shots to the end zone now. All-out blitz. He throws short. Number 5 gets the first down to the 5, and he'll be taken down. They will use their timeout because it is goal line time. Williams Jr. with the catch. It was Raphael Williams Jr. making it. Here we go. 31 seconds to go. Season on the line. Double coverage on the outside. Heinschel throws to the end zone. Wide open touchdown. Kenny Johnson makes the catch with about 28 seconds left. I don't know what happened in the coverage there to make him so wide open. A complete bust for Penn State. My goodness. Pitt gets incredibly lucky there. As they take the lead, and they're probably going to go for 2 here to try and make it a 3-point game so that they can't lose on a last-second field goal. And yes, they will go for 2. Heinschel pointing out the mic. He sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. He's got a man going to the other side. And again, they forget to cover Kenny Johnson, who makes the catch to put Pitt up 22-19. So this game might go to overtime as well. The only problem is Penn State has a very long way to go and not much time to do it. They do have 3 timeouts, but we have not seen a lot of logic when it comes to how teams play these situations. Here comes the return by number 25. He's going to juke and be taken down at the 24-yard line. So Penn State will have 25 seconds and 3 timeouts to go. 26, about 40 yards to get into field goal range. Grunkmeyer on the first play throws a screen, and that's going to use up a lot of time. They'll use their first timeout and only pick up 4 yards. I don't understand that. 2nd and 6. Grunkmeyer needs to throw deep. He does. That pass is caught over the middle, down to the 45-yard line. There's the second timeout, and Penn State is not out of it yet. It's been an exciting game. Can Penn State get the last couple yards they need? With only 1 timeout, Grunkmeyer throws short. It's going to be caught. With 10 seconds to go, they're at the 40. This would be a 57-yard kick. No small task, but they are going to send their kicker out to try it. It's Ryan Barker. Everything on the line. For overtime. Snap, hold, kick is up and good. An impossible kick from 57. Ryan Barker, the redshirt sophomore. Somebody draft this kick as he just nailed a 57-yarder to send this game in all likelihood to overtime, and he made it. That was probably good from like 64. Incredible range. I did look it up because the kickers have been incredible. They have like a lifetime 85% accuracy rate in this tournament. Watch out! 1 second. 0 seconds. Can he get through? Oh, he's taken down. He should have gone out of bounds. He should have stepped out to give him a Hail Mary, but he gets taken down. We will go to overtime. That was almost a last-second kick return touchdown for Pitt. So we got 2 games, 2 overtimes. This is going to be a very long episode tonight. So I hope you packed your Celsius or your Red Bull or anything else. I sure as hell didn't. I'm going to be a little bit tired by the end of this. Penn State wins the toss, so they will start on defense. Like, I don't get why they would update the rosters to immediately reflect which players graduated. That doesn't help me whatsoever. Fake handoff. Heinzel throws. It's intercepted. Number 13 gets taken down, and Pitt just threw the game away. And, of course, it's to a player that I don't have on their roster. Who is that? Penn State defender number 13. Who is he? We're going to start the ball on offense now. Grunkmeyer throws short. It's going to be caught by number 1. He breaks away from one defender down to the 16-yard line. Honestly, they can kick a field goal from there. Tight end, wide receiver, cornerback. 13. Where are you? Tony Rojas. Oh, my God. He's so good. He's one of their most impactful defenders, and he just made a game-winning interception. They still have the offense out there because they want to end this with a touchdown, not a field goal. Grunkmeyer stops, throws to the end zone. That is an incredible catch through traffic for number 85 to win the ball game. That was Luke Reynolds, who missed the catch to win the game, but makes it on the second try. Penn State, in just 2 plays, is able to knock out Pitt in overtime to win their 6th game of Imperialism. They will take over the states of Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and a lot of Southwest Virginia as well. A gorgeous dart of a throw to Luke Reynolds right there. 2 defenders on him. They really had him covered, but could not capitalize. There's the pick by Tony Rojas. An incredibly bad throw by Mason Heitschel at the worst possible moment. But Pitt says goodbye. Penn State walks off of Heinz Field, feeling very happy about themselves. When will this team say die? Not yet. There we go. And Pitt, you survived for a while, but this is going to end at some point, and I guess you just got to be glad it's not Ohio State that took you down. Bye-bye. Let's just make this a little bigger. Okay, now where can we move this logo to make it the biggest? Can it fit down there? No. Can it get any bigger over here? Just a little bit, but not much. Because if we put it there, it can, like, expand just barely, and that is where we'll put it. So Penn State gets a bit more territory. And we will go to the wheel to knock off Pitt. There they go, down to 23. Let's go to stats. So Mason Heichel, 24 of 40 for 223 touchdowns and a game-losing interception. Ethan Grunkmeyer on the other side, 14 of 27 for 160, one touchdown, one pick. The run game once again carried over Penn State. Katron Allen, 14 carries, 53 yards. Nick Singleton, 7 for 74 and a touchdown. Trevor Pena, 2 carries, 3 yards, and a touchdown in this ball game. There are the longs as we go to Pitt. Desmond Reed, 6 carries, 43 yards. Jakirian Turner, 4 for 41. There's the longs. Oh, wow, Tennessee just got a 94-yard kick return touchdown in real life. Scoring in both Imperialism and in an actual bowl game. Good to see for them. We go to receiving. Justin Holmes, 5 catches for 34 yards. Kataris Hicks, 4 for 29. Kenny Johnson, 4 for 41. Raphael Williams Jr., 4 for 62. Jakirian Turner, 3 for 22. Malachi Thomas, 3 for 20. Desmond Reed, 1 for 12. As for Penn State, Trevor Pena finally showing up. 6 for 83. Kyron Hudson, 3 for 33. Luke Reynolds, 2 for 20 in the game-winning touchdown. Nick Singleton, 2 for 8. Devontae Ross, 1 for 16. As we go to defensive for Penn State. Tonight, Dennis Sutton, 1-1. Zane Durant, 1-1. The pick goes to Tony Rojas. King Mack, Zaki Wheatley, DeJuan Lane, and Elliott Washington II, all with pass breakups. No forced fumbles. No return yards, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go back to Pitt. There we go. Jimmy Scott, 2-1. Rashad Battle adds a TFL. Kyle Lewis gets the interception for Pitt. Javon McIntyre and Braylon Lovelace get the pass breakups. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. On to the kicking game, Sam Carpenter made 2 extra points. Ryan Barker, 3 for 3, including a 57-yarder. 10-point performance from him. He was the MVP of this game for Penn State. So go back to the main menu and return once again to the wheel. 23 teams left. Let's shuffle and find out who will enter the fray in our third game of the night. This is going to be a long one. Is it Oregon? Yes, it is. We're going back out west for the Oregon Ducks. They do have a significant amount of ocean territory, but they also border Cal and Utah. Let's see where the arrow has them going. And that is going to be Northwest. Oregon will not play just yet. They will skip this first encounter with the arrow. So we will shuffle again and get it going again. Only 23 teams left. It's the best of the best and the teams that have gotten very lucky. And we are staying out west because we are going to Utah. So let's take a look at the map. Utah is basically the same situation as Oregon. They are bordering the Ducks, Cal, BYU, and Arizona State, but they're also bordering Montana. They could take one of the last remaining open states if the arrow goes their way. Let's find out if it does. That's going to be Northwest. This is going to be very, very close. We're going to put it in the center just to see if we can tell immediately. And it looks like it's Montana, but we're going to have to go closer just to confirm. And this is going to take a while because the map is being dumb. We're just going to show that and see if we can get this to line up right. Center is right there. I still think that's Montana, but we're going to get out the measuring pennant real quick to double check. And yeah, that is 100%. Hold on. Yeah. So Utah will not play either, and they will claim the state of Montana. Let's do that. Oopsie. There we go. Finally, somebody claims that absolutely huge state. So go back over here. We get rid of this very long border. Can I get it in one stroke? Ah, so close. There we go. Let's just pop this little guy away. There we go. Okay, so the school that just sold their entire athletics program to a private equity firm for $500 million now has a very, very big logo. No ads on it yet, though. I'm sure that'll come with time. The Utah Utes, sponsored by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Which would be crazy for them to sponsor both BYU and Utah, but you never know. So there is their logo. It's about as big as we can make it. Right there. They don't have the biggest territory on the map, but they certainly have one of the biggest logos. As we go back to the wheel once again. Still 23 teams left. Will we actually get a game this time? We avoid Oregon again. We go to Buffalo. Is it staying in Buffalo or going to Arizona State? It will stay with Buffalo. We go back out east. Penn State just played, and now they might play again because that is Buffalo's only option besides just jumping straight into either Canada or Lake Erie. That is Lake Erie. Yeah, it's Lake Erie. So let's break out the arrow and see where Buffalo's going. And that will be a game. We are going back out to Beaver Stadium. Penn State has to play twice in a row against the team that has already beaten them once. Let's get the lighting right. There we go. We can make this slightly brighter. All right, Penn State versus Buffalo, part 2. Let's get it set up. And here they are. Once again, it's a massive mismatch. But Buffalo's already done it once. Can they do it a second time at Beaver Stadium? We're going to put them in their all-black uniforms. Or at least black and blue. No. Because it's too similar to Penn State's colors. But we are going to go with these black. Yeah, we're going to go with this. Because they're going to Penn State's funeral right now. That's their setup. All right. Can the Nittany Lions get revenge to expand their territory out to the rest of New York and really expand that logo to give them a huge amount of ocean and lake territory for the rest of the tournament? This would be a huge win for them. Also, their 7th victory of the tournament as they push towards an unprecedented second extra life. It would be the first of this tournament. Mascot getting excited. Getting ready to invite the team out. They played most of their games here at Beaver Stadium. And now they'll play again as they unlock the door. And Mr. Oh, they don't have James Franklin anymore. They got somebody else leading them out. That's a fun little update. It's not their new coach, the guy from Iowa State, Matt Campbell. As Buffalo runs out here into hostile territory once again. They've already beaten Penn State once. Can they pull on Arizona State, who beat Oklahoma twice in hostile territory? and pull off 2 upsets in a row against a team that should beat them easily. Here comes the kick from Barker. Penn State right out of the frying pan and into the fire. Let's see what Buffalo can do on this second try. It's not a good kick return, only to the 16-yard line. As Buffalo's quarterback walks out ready to go. There's Tony Rojas, who made the interception in the game that we just finished watching. Buffalo's quarterback loving this environment just like he did a couple weeks ago. He drops back, throws short on the first play. It's going to be caught for about 5 yards. Denied. Dennis Sutton with the tackle. As we will go to Super Sim here. Can Buffalo shock the world again? Let's find out. They have not taken the lead yet. They might have gotten an interception there. I'm not sure. They do take the lead. 3-0. Penn State's offense has disappeared. They do get a field goal there. 13-3. Penn State has to respond. They don't. And stop. 16-3. This game's over. Folks, this game is over. Buffalo is going to pull off the upset twice. Penn State marching. Desperate. 1st and 10. They're running out of time. They do get the touchdowns. We're going to jump in and watch the rest of this once they get the extra point. And the onside kick was recovered by Buffalo. Oh, my God. I forgot to watch it. Which means we can just simulate to the end of the game here. 16-10 is your final. And the Buffalo Bulls have shocked Penn State in their home stadium twice to eliminate the Nittany Lions from Imperialism contention. This is the most shocking result for a MAC team in Imperialism history. They were dressed for a funeral, and they brought the coffin, putting the final nails in with a 16-10 victory. Let's go to the map. Oh, we still got some shocks laid on here. You'll love to see that. And against a team that I don't particularly like either. Watch this. Boom. Look away, Penn State fans. Your reckoning has arrived, and they hail from Northwest New York. Let's do this first. Penn State. You got an extra life. It's an impressive run, but it ends right here. Bye-bye. Just like last year, Penn State's season ends with one of the most shocking upsets of the tournament. And we will increase the size of that just a little bit. And zoom in and take that away and stretch this over here. And there we go. Can you believe which team has taken over this incredibly powerful northeast spot on the map with all that ocean and lake territory? Yes, you're not hallucinating. It's the Buffalo Bulls. Can you believe this? Look at that. Am I taking stupid pills? Like, we can't really put it anywhere else for a larger logo, so we're going to pop this back here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's go to the wheel. And knock off Penn State. Insane. Let's go to stats and see how this happens. 16-10. You've got to be kidding me. Grunkemeyer, 8 of 21 for 94 yards. He just played terribly and had an interception. For Buffalo, you got Taquan Robertson, 14 of 24 for 163. Did not make the crucial mistake. We go to the run game. Al J. Henderson, 15 carries for 103 yards with 1 touchdown. Robertson, 11 for 9. Lamar Sperling, 6 for 19. Here are the longs. We go to Penn State. Their running game was mostly in check. Katron Allen, 12 for 74 and a touchdown, but he also had a fumble. Singleton, 10 for 23. Grunkemeyer, 2 carries for 0 yards. There are the longs. We go to receiving for Penn State. Chebor Pena, 4 for 52. Nick Singleton 2 for 12. Devontae Ross 2 for 30. Nobody else was able to make a catch. Buffalo. Josiah Gathings 4 for 39. Evan King 3 for 32. Nick McMillan 3 for 60. Victor Snow 2 for 20. Lamar Sperling 1 for 7. Terrell Fulton 1 for 5. So how did their defense play? Only 4 TFLs. Malin White, George Wolo, and Kobe Stewart. 0 sacks for this team. Deion Crawford gets the all-important interception and a pass breakup. Keontez Bradley adds a pass breakup. And had 3 more from Miles Greer, Marquise Cooper, and Solomon Brown. Forced fumble goes to Red Murdoch. He also recovered it, returned it for 10 yards. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to Penn State, their last hurrah on defense. They had way more tackles for loss, but it didn't matter. Zariah Fisher, 2 TFLs, half a sack. Denai Dennis Sutton, 2 and 1. Zion Tracy, 1 with half a sack. Elliott Washington, the second. Ty Blanding, Zane Durant, Tony Rojas with 1 TFL and 2 pass breakups. It doesn't matter. They don't get an interception. DeJuan Lane adds a pass breakup. No forced fumbles. No blocks. No safeties. No touchdowns. As we go to kicking. Ryan Barker made his only field goal attempt of the day and an extra point. This game is not his fault. But Jack Howes, 3 made kicks, all from short range. A 10-point performance for him. As we somehow go to game 4. An unbelievable upset for Buffalo, who beat Penn State twice. Incredible. Let's go to the wheel and shuffle it. We got 22 teams left. Somehow, Ohio State still has not been landed on or has come even close to playing in this tournament. They won't get landed on here because we are going to... Nope, it's going to be close. Kent State has not been landed on in a very long time. They beat Akron really early on in the tournament. And now their only options are Ohio State and Buffalo. Can you imagine if Buffalo beats Penn State twice, then loses to Kent State? That would certainly be sad. Oh my God. Lane Kiffin's going to go watch Ole Miss. Screw that guy. He's such a drama queen, man. But let's get this arrow out to see whether Kent State will play Ohio State or Buffalo here, or if they'll jump straight into Lake Erie to avoid playing altogether. This is going to be straight up, and that is Lake Erie. Kent State will not play. They will dodge the wheel. Ohio State avoids another clash right there. They start on that top position as we shuffle and spin the wheel. It won't go to Ohio State again. It will be Oregon. No, it'll be Miami of Ohio. I had a feeling this was going to be the day when the Ohio State drought would end. Redhawks don't have a lot of territory to share with the Buckeyes because their main 2 options are Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Buffalo. We are staying out east with every single one of these wheel spins. Now let's see where the arrow will send the Redhawks, who will play. They have no ocean territory to speak of. Here we go. That is going to be southwest, and that's almost definitely Tennessee, but it could be Ole Miss, and I have to zoom in here. We're going to pop it right there and see if we can make this out from right here. There it is, and that is Tennessee. So, Miami of Ohio has already beaten Ohio and Kentucky in this tournament. Crazy upset for them. And now they have to play the Cinderella Killers, the Tennessee Volunteers. Let's get it set up. There's Tennessee playing at home once again. Miami of Ohio. Again, set up here. We will go with... Well, let's see if Tennessee has any other cool uniforms. Dark mode. Oh, that is excellent. The Volunteer Spirit alternate is also very cool. Home option is all orange. Away option, white and orange. Away option 2. The Volunteer Spirit alternate is looking like that. I think we go with dark mode. That's so nice. And then Miami, Ohio is that look. Their alternate, I think, is all black as well. No, it's gray. We can't really do that. Cradle of Coaches alt. Oh, that's so pretty, but we can't go black on black. Way option looks like that. I'm just going to go current home for Miami of Ohio. All right, very fun uniform matchup here. Let's get this going. All right, Neyland Stadium for the second time today as Miami of Ohio will take on Tennessee. Now the Vols, how many games have they played now? Let's find out. This would be their fourth win of the tournament if they do end up winning. Taking on Miami of Ohio is trying to win their third game of the tournament. They'd be the first ever MAC team, I think, with 3 victories in Imperialism. They might already be the first team with 2. Besides Eastern Michigan, of course. So here they come. Tennessee getting set to go. Those uniforms just look absolutely exquisite. Like, the all-black alternate uniforms can be a dime a dozen, but Tennessee really got theirs right. Here comes a return to the 5 to the 10, a spin past the 10 to the 15, but Miami of Ohio does a good job tracking that one down as Joey Aguilar and the Tennessee Volunteers trot out ready to go against a very sneaky Miami of Ohio team. This is going to be a weird-looking territory either way. Aguilar in 1st and 10. Throws deep. He's got a man open, and it is caught. A moonshot on the opening play to Mike Matthews. Gives Tennessee a first down as they look to finish this one off quickly. Let's go to Super Sim and see if they can do just that. No, Miami of Ohio takes the lead. Tennessee responds 3-3, 10-3, 13-3. Tennessee in deep, deep trouble. Can they get anything going? No. Miami, Ohio, 13-10. And stop. We're going to jump in here with 4 minutes to go. Let's get the lighting right. There we go. So we have fake handoff. Aguilar throws short, incomplete on 1st and 10. It'll be 2nd and 10. Seems like the best. I think we just got to go full power. All right, 2nd and 10. Tennessee's in trouble. Can they get their offense going? Aguilar throws to the sideline, going to be caught, and he steps back and goes out of bounds for 3rd and 9. That's a baffling decision by that receiver, making for a much more difficult 3rd down here. Season on the line. Tennessee still has all 3 timeouts, so if they punt the ball here, the game's not necessarily over. They can still get the ball back with a decent shot at winning. Aguilar. Everything on the line. He takes the snap, throws deep. It's going to be caught. No! Chris Brazzell had the game in his hands, wasn't touched by a defender, and dropped the ball. I don't get it. You don't get it. Nobody gets it. Tennessee going to punt it away with 3:57 to go, and a Miami of Ohio might make the entire east coast of this map be MAC territory. If you're a fan of chaos, and I sure am, this is turning into your tournament. So here's DeQuan Finn. Hasn't played in weeks. He takes the snap. Wants to throw. He is sacked on 1st and 10. Big play right there by number 51. And I missed that name because I was looking away trying to look up the name. Go figure. We got to look up the rosters now. Miami, Ohio. There we go. That was somebody who's not on the roster anymore because the seniors have been removed. Anyway, it's 2nd and 17. Miami, Ohio suddenly in trouble. Nobody's covering the slot receiver. Finn takes a snap, looks short, avoids, and nope, he's sacked again. Number 20 is able to get there to take him down. That's Bryson Eason, the redshirt senior, making it 3rd and 22. Tennessee's not even calling their timeouts. They're letting the clock run. Bryson Eason with a fantastic play. Just blowing straight through number 74 to make the stop. Their season's in trouble. Miami, Ohio is going to run the clock to get it down to 2:40. Finn on 3rd and 22. He's going to fake the handoff and get obliterated by number 51. Oh, my goodness. So good. We got to look up his name. All right, there goes the punt. Tennessee did call a timeout. And the punt return gets barely past the 40. Looking up. That was Jackson Moy, the defensive lineman, who made those 2 sacks on that drive. Here's the first play for Aguilar. He's going to hand it off. And that's a terrible run. Deshaun Bishop's 20th carry of the game goes for nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. And they are content to let the clock run down to about the 2-minute timeout. They might not get another playoff here. Tennessee in big trouble, but they're close to field goal range. Aguilar will snap the ball here. Takes it. Gonna hand it off on 2nd and 10, and it gets nowhere. Baffling play calls by Tennessee. .158 to go. It's Aguilar in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Waiting, throwing deep. It's intercepted! Number 12 is taken down. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. We're going to get his name in a second because he's a senior. He graduated, but he has made the biggest play of the year, knocking out a nationally ranked Tennessee team, Corbin Hondrew. It's just an awful throw. Two receivers were going in the exact same spot. They're not spreading the field whatsoever. And now with 1 first down, DeQuan Finn and Miami of Ohio can lock up this upset. There's the run. He gets past the first man, gets the first down, and Miami of Ohio is going to pull off the upset. All right. Game on. Finn gives it off to number 9. He jukes back in. He's taken down. There's the timeout for Tennessee. Their mascot is crashing out. Sure, it's a happy animation, but that can't be a happy person under there. 2nd and 7. Maybe Tennessee gets the ball back with like 15 seconds and no timeouts. There goes the run. He'll be taken down. Yeah, if they make a stop here, they'll get the ball back for a Hail Mary, but they don't have much else besides that. The couple hundred Miami of Ohio fans who made the trip are losing their mind in the upper corner of the stadium, I'm sure. Finn, jogging back to throw. Can he win the game right here? He bombs for the end zone to end this game, and that pass is dropped. Oh, no. Oh, no. They tried to win it on that play. The pass was dropped, and now they give Tennessee a free timeout. They're going to have to give the ball back. And suddenly, Tennessee will have 50 seconds instead of 15. Huge difference. Still very unlikely, but they have cracked open the window just a little bit. And they're going to try a 57-yard field goal here. That kick is up, and it is good. Holy crap. Will wonders never cease with this game? Dom Joban with the kick from 57 yards, proving once again that kickers in College Bowl 26 are straight up gods. What an unbelievable kick. And now Tennessee will get it back. They will need to drive the length of the field in 53 seconds with no timeouts. They're going to return this kick for some reason. Past the 20 up to the 24-yard line. They have 50 seconds. And this needs to be a desperation deep ball. They don't have time for anything else. No throws behind the first down marker. Aguilar launches it deep. That pass is dropped. Oh, my God. Chris Brazel had it, and it must have been knocked away. 2nd and 10. If he had caught that ball and gotten away, I think Tennessee would win this game. Oh, baby. Still plenty of twists and turns here at Neyland. Aguilar on the shotgun. An ultra-wide set once again. He takes the snap. Throws short. Going to be caught for a first down to the 40. 45 to the 50. All the way down to the 45-yard line. And they are going to have time to launch a second play here to the 46. At the very least, they are in Hail Mary range. That was number 1, Smith Sr., I think, making the catch. Yeah, Travis Smith Jr., the true freshman. Incredible play. 34 seconds to go. Tennessee essentially out of time now. Aguilar with just 30 seconds to go. He takes the snap, drops back, needs to throw deep again. He does. Just barely gets it off, and it's just out of bounds to save the play. Smart at that point because all the receivers are stuck in bounds, close coverage. He was going to be tackled, and they would maybe get one more playoff, but I sincerely doubt it. 23 seconds to go. Aguilar. Only 3-man pressure. He throws the sideline, nobody there. I don't get that one. Because now you kind of have to go Hail Mary. High pressure situation. You got to go for a sideline pass to give yourself a better option. Here we go. Aguilar waits. Gonna launch it deep. Does he have a man in the end zone? He might. That pass is caught with 14 seconds to go. He's down the 4, but they're going to have to sprint up as fast as they possibly can here. Oh, it's going to be close. I think they're going to get the playoff because the clock only started running at 28. But they only have one shot at this at the 4-yard line. 8, 7, 6. Aguilar, last play of the game. He drops back, throws to the end zone. He still hasn't thrown it. He runs. He's going to get it. Oh, my God. Miami of Ohio with an all-time choke job unless they can block this extra point. Snap, hold, kick is good. And Tennessee. Oh, you've got to feel for the Miami of Ohio fans. That was truly insane. They had the game won. All they had to do was run the ball on 3rd down and punt it with 15 seconds to go. But instead, they chose to go for a bomb to the end zone and a 57-yard field goal, which gave the ball back to Tennessee. And Joey Aguilar walked into the end zone to win the game for the Vols and maintain the SEC's reputation. That is a shocking end to a crazy game as we return to the map. I can't believe that one. I'm so sorry, Miami of Ohio fans. I was pulling for you. I was rooting for you. But Tennessee broke your hearts at the death. There we go. I mean, you played well. You got one SEC win, but couldn't get a second, and you were this close. This close! Bye-bye. Oh, man. Let's just round this out a little bit. There we go. And I don't think we can expand Tennessee's logo at all. No, we can't. But it's looking weird. Stretch it up in 2 different places and surrounding both Buffalo and Ohio State a little bit. As we go to the wheel, Miami of Ohio, I'm so sorry. We have to be eliminated now. Down to the top 21. Let's go to stats. Joey Aguilar, 11-24, 223 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Dequan Finn, 9 of 19 for 136 and a touchdown. Jordan Brunson, 13 for 51. They just had to give it to him one more time and they would have won the game. Kenny Tracy, 5 for 26. There's the longs in the day. Deshaun Bishop, 21 for 67. Star Thomas has been shut out of his own team. Only 2 for 8. So we go to the receiving stats. Chris Brazzell, the second, 4 catches for 88 yards. Mike Matthews, 2 for 43. Travis Smith Jr., 2 for 31. Rodarius Jackson, 2 for 58. And Deshaun Bishop, 1 for 3. I think Brazzell made the catch at the very, very end there, which saved the game for them. We go back to Miami of Ohio. Keith Reynolds, 2 for 17. Deion Colsey, 2 for 28. Cole Weaver, 2 for 43. Brian Shane, 1 for 30. Cam Perry, 1 for 9. Jordan Brunson, 1 for 9. We go to the defensive stats for Miami of Ohio. I cannot believe they didn't win that game. We could have had an all-time great MAC map, but it didn't happen. Adam Trick with 1 TFL and a sack. Brock Rice with 1. Nasir Washington with 1. Corbin Hondrew, 1 TFL, 1 interception. Josh Lacusa with 1. Eli Blakey with 1 pass breakup and a forced fumble. Coy Beasley adds a pass breakup. He did recover the fumble. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the Vols. Jackson Moy, huge game. 4 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks. Joshua Joseph, 2 TFLs, half a sack. Arian Carter goes 2-1. Bryson Easton, 1-1. Boo Carter, 1.5 a sack. Dominic Bailey, 1 with half a sack. No interceptions. Andre Turrentine adds 2 pass breakups. Jeremiah Talander adds 1. No fumbles, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to kicking. Max Gilbert did miss a field goal on the day. Didn't end up biting them. But he hit a 41-yarder, made 2 extra points. Miami of Ohio's kicker, Dom Jobin, made 3 kicks along a 57. 10-point performance, but he came up just short. Like, he was able to execute in his coach's vision, but his coach's vision was stupid. I can't believe they lost that game. As we shuffle again with the top 21 and get this going. Ohio State has still avoided playing so far, and they will not get landed on here. Is it UCF? Is it BYU again? It will be. We are turning out west, even though we haven't played any games out there yet tonight. So we're going to pull over here. BYU bordering Cal and Arizona State. They also have a whole bunch of Pacific Ocean territory down here. Let's see where the arrow will take the Cougars. That's going to be northeast, and that is definitely Cal. So the Cougars have a chance to eliminate the last team remaining from California right here. Let's get set up. Just give me 1 second. Just updating a couple things here. There we go. I think that's everyone. Cool. Okay. So it's going to be Cal at home and BYU on the road. They're favored to win, but logic has been thrown out the door, essentially, in this tournament. Let's take a look at Cal's home uniform. Do we finally go with the throwbacks here? Maybe. Their alternate is yellow. I think we go with this. And we'll go with BYU's classic away. Let's update the colors here. And I think let's take this color. Let's just swap this over to this. There we go. This will be a 6 p.m. kickoff because we are out west. All right, game 5 of the night. Already an hour and 25 minutes into this stream. We're probably going over 2 hours again, if we're being honest. Cal has survived this long. They're kind of a mid-football team right now. They're facing a team that just barely missed out on the college football playoffs. So this should be a win for BYU, but crazier things have certainly happened. As Cal runs out, I believe they have 2 wins in this tournament. Yes, they're 2-0. BYU is also 2-0, so one of these teams is getting their 3rd win, and the other team is getting knocked out. Cal will start with the football. So it'll be Jaron Keawe Sagapolu Tele getting the start at quarterback again, trying to pull off an upset for the Golden Bears. Not a good return, only out to the 15-yard line. So here comes Sagapolu Tele. There are the keys to the game for both these teams. It's a relatively evenly matched game. But again, BYU has so much more talent. They should be able to run away with this one. Sagapolu Tele drops back. Throws short to number 7, and he'll pick up about 7 yards. Jack Kelly, BYU's all-world defender, makes the stop there. As we go to Super Sim. BYU starts with a touchdown. 7-3 to keep it close. BYU can't answer. California only down by 1, and they take the lead 9-7 and 16-7 and stop. Oh, shoot. We're going to go one play at a time here. Take us down to 4 minutes left because BYU has the ball. They're trailing. They're moving quickly, and that's an interception or something. Bad play. Yes, Cal is going to take it and take us down to 4 minutes. They kick a field goal. And we're just going to do the kickoff. Went back for a touchback, and we are going to jump in right there. BYU versus Cal. Cougars in danger of ending their Imperialism run on the road in California. Bachmeier, under pressure, throws short. Going to be caught to the 45-yard line. A great play there to Chase Roberts. Somebody on Cal was able to make the tackle. I couldn't really tell you who. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 46 for BYU, down by 5, and everything to play for. Bachmeier lines up his troops. He takes the snap, hands it off to number 4. He's going to juke back and not get anything. That was L.J. Martin with the run, and he was stuffed in the backfield. I still can't believe that I can't, go to a previous version of this depth chart. Bachmeier drops back. Under pressure again, throws to the sideline. Going to be caught by number 20, and he is taken down. That's Carson Ryan, the starting tight end, making it 3rd and 3. Only 3 minutes left now. BYU being very careful with the clock. You don't want to use too much of it, but you also don't want to give Cal too much time if you do score here. Bachmeier approaches his line, calling out defenders. Cal rushes 4. Bachmeier under pressure, floats it long, wide open, touchdown BYU. JoJo Phillips coasts into the end zone, a blown coverage from Cal when it matters most. And now it's going to be an all-important 2-point conversion to potentially go up 3. The only downside is Cal will have plenty of time, but honestly, In a game where you're shocked like this, down by so much, you just got to get the points where you can and just take the lead to try and put the pressure on the team that maybe can't respond. So we'll see if they go for 2 or just go for the safe extra point here. Here we go. Bachmeier in the shotgun for the all-important 2-point conversion. He drops back, floats it, caught by number 85. Can he break through 2 defenders? No, he cannot. So Cal can win the game with a field goal. There goes the kick. Return to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And that is where Cal will get the ball down by 1, all 3 timeouts. Jaron Keawe Sagapolotele getting ready here. Trips to the left side. He drops back. Needs to throw quickly. He does. It's deep. It's caught by number 81. A fantastic reception there. But of course, oh, there it is. Landon Morris makes the catch for Cal. And the left-handed quarterback making a big play there. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They still got to go about 22 more yards to get into field goal range. Sagapolotele throws short. Going to be caught with a pile drive tackle on number 21. That was Jacob DeJesus making the catch. And that will bring us to the 2-minute timeout. BYU clinging to their first lead of the ball game. Well, no, they were up 7-0 and then lost the lead. So here's Sagapolotele on 2nd and 8. He waits, launches a deep ball. That is knocked away. Crazy good pass breakup there by number 15. That was Tavion Beasley stretching out his arm and knocking that ball away because that could have been a touchdown. With 3rd and 8, press coverage at the top of your screen and possibly at the bottom as well. Sagapolotele has some space, immediately throws it there. He was testing number 0, but Evan Johnson was able to get his hand out there to knock it away. And now it's 4th and 8. The question is here, do you punt and trust your defense, or do you go for it with everything on the line? And they will go for it. Sagapolotele. Takes the snap, under pressure, needs to throw short. He needs to get the ball off. He's going to launch for the end zone on 4th and 8. That pass is knocked out of his hands by Evan Johnson once again. BYU makes the stop, and now they are in full control. Cal is on death's door. Bachmeier hands it off to LJ Martin. Martin going to juke by one man and get taken down with 1:40 to go. Cal will call their first timeout, and now they're out of options. They could get the ball back with like 50 seconds to go and down by 4, which again is the exact same situation Tennessee was just in the last game we watched. So BYU's got to try and get a first down. LJ Martin can get very close to that. He lowers his shoulder and picks up 7 yards, forcing Cal to call their second timeout. They've got to be no nonsense here. Just get the first down, take the knees, end the game. Don't give them even a sliver of an opportunity. Bachmeier in the shotgun on 2nd and 3, 1:37 to go. He takes a snap, throws a quick pass, caught by number 21, but he gets wrecked on the play. That was Enoch Nawahine making the catch. It's 3rd and 1. Everything comes down to this. Cal bringing it all out, blitz up the middle. Bachmeier under pressure, throws short to number 85, and he's going to get the first down. Brilliant pickup there, and that will end the ball game. BYU is going to go no nonsense here. Great play call when the blitz was going right up the middle. Just toss it out to the right where nobody was covering the tight end. Bachmeier takes the knee, and that is your ball game. A 20-19 final. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, but it didn't matter. They make the stop on Cal. Their corners come up with 3 consecutive pass breakups, and Bear Bachmeier with a great game. 231 passing yards and 2 touchdowns to guide the Cougars to a comeback win. Down 16-7, they win the game 20-19. As they walk off the field in California, eliminating the last team from the Golden State as we go to the map. There's a lot of this map that's light blue now. Cal, you got 2 wins. It says a lot. It's better than what you usually do, but you couldn't play up to your competition. Bye-bye. There we go. Okay. And zoom in just a little bit. Let's see how big we can make this logo. Can this go down here to be bigger? Yes, it can. Okay, so BYU has their share of the West. It essentially belongs to them now. Them and Oregon and Utah and Arizona State. The only 4 teams left out west. As we go to the wheel, and we get down to our top 20 as Cal is eliminated. Let's go to stats. Sagapolo Tele, 194 passing yards and 1 touchdown. Bear Bachmeier, 231 and 2 scores, as I said earlier. LJ Martin, 12 carries, 51 and a tutty. Bachmeier, 8 for 13. Cody Hagan, 1 for 3. There's the longs. Back to Cal. Kendrick Raphael, 13 carries for 54 yards. Sagapolo Tele, 10 for -20. Jacob Jesus, 1 for -2. We won't count that. There's the longs. Go to receiving. Jacob Jesus, 5 for 69. Jordan King, 3 for 29. Tron Grizel, 2 for 26. Landon Morris, 2 for 30. Jeffrey Johnson, 2 for 12. Mark Hamper, 1 for 26 and a touchdown. Kendrick Raphael, 1 for 2. As for BYU, Carson Ryan, 5 for 26 and a touchdown. Parker Kingston, 4 for 55. Chase Roberts, 3 for 55. LJ Martin, 2 for 32. Anthony Olson, 1 for 4. JoJo Phillips, 1 for 46 and the game-winning touchdown. Cody Hagan, 1 for 13. Go to the defensive stats. Huge game for Bodie Schoonover. 4 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks. Logan Latui, 2 tackles for loss, half sack. Keanu Tanavasa with 2. Evan Johnson with 1. Isaiah Glasker with 1 and 1. Tommy Praseth with 1. John Tamoy Peao with 1 and 1. No interceptions. Evan Johnson with 2 pass breakups. Tavion Beasley with 1. Tommy Praseth with 1 as well. Anthony, no forced fumbles, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to Cal. Dang it. Hezekiah Massis and TJ Bush Jr. with the only TFLs. No interceptions. Drew Polidori Jr. with 1 pass breakup. Nate Burrell, the forced fumble and a recovery. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. On to kicking, Chase Meyer made 4 field goals in the day along a 50. 13-point performance, but it wasn't enough because Will Farrell made his 2 extra points, and that was the difference in the ballgame. As we return once again to the main menu. Only 2 games left tonight. Let's shuffle. Go once again. Still no Ohio State. Will they finally get landed on sometime today? No. Because we are going to Ole Miss. The Rebels have waited so long for this moment. They won 4 games in the early running of the tournament, and they have just sat pretty, waiting for their chance to jump back in. They've got Missouri, Illinois, Tennessee, Georgia Tech, and a tiny little bit of Georgia that they're bordering. Let's see where the arrow will take the Rebels in a battle that will decide whether they get an extra life or get eliminated. They're going southwest, and they are going to Missouri. This is a fantastic SEC battle. Let's see. Missouri versus Ole Miss. Let's get it set up. It's going to be Missouri as the home team. My God, there we go. And on the other side, there they are. This is a college football playoff team going up against, I mean, they basically have identical ratings. This should be a very, very fun game. We're going to go with Missouri's home uniform. And then we'll go with Ole Miss's home uniform as well. Or maybe any other fun options for them. I think we're going to go with this. It's a fun look for them. Yeah. There we go. All right. I'm going to change the lighting here because Missouri's now in the game. We got to go all yellow. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things you do. And it was all yellow. As they play Every True Sun. And the Missouri Tigers sprint out to a very welcoming fan base as they take on their most difficult matchup of the year. They already beat Lane Kiffin, and now they get to beat his former team play his former team in the Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss would love to get an extra life. They would love to control a huge swath of the Great Plains and the Southeast, and they would love to take over Lane Kiffin's new home state of Louisiana in the process. There goes the kick. And we are underway in Missouri. Beautiful takedown on the kick return, only out to the 16-yard line. As Bo Prabula will get things started for the Tigers. Ahmad Hardy, one of the best running backs in this game, a 95 overall. Getting things started here for Prabula. He takes the snap, under pressure immediately, and he is not sacked in the opening play. Just kidding, he is. Number 6, TJ Dottery, is able to get there to make the stop. We are going to jump to Super Sim. Not yet. Now we're going to jump to Super Sim. Not yet. What the hell's going on? Oh, we got to look at a replay. Okay. He was covering, jumped off it to cover the run, and then chopped him down. Great play. Now we can go to Super Sim. Stay scoreless. Ole Miss goes up 3-0. Missouri can't respond. Ole Miss trying to expand their lead, but they can't. We go to halftime. It's 7-3 because Missouri got a touchdown. Missouri makes it 7-6. We go to the fourth quarter. Ole Miss is taking the lead. And stop. 4:27 to go. It's 19-7. We're gonna go one play at a time to see if Missouri can get back into this one. They're moving the ball well. 4 minutes to go, and there's the touchdown. So we're going to an onside kick, and we're going to jump right in. Ole Miss has the ball with 3:34 to go. Trying to end this one. Chambliss throws to the outside. It's going to be caught and out of bounds for an 8-yard gain. He only has 47 passing yards today. He has been completely shut down by a fantastic Missouri defense, but their offense has gotten going late, including Damian Taylor, their running back. As we pull up both rosters, ready to go. Chambliss in second down. Throws on the RPO outside. Number 80 makes the catch to the 40, and that is going to be an Ole Miss first down to Daquan Wright, the tight end. He's a big boy, a senior transfer. So Chambliss lining things up in the shotgun. He's letting the clock run a little bit. Now he takes the snap. Hands off to Taylor. Taylor with a little bit of space. Jukes back inside. He's taken down. And Missouri is going to die on this hill. It'll be 2nd and 6. They have to make the stop or else the game is over. Chambliss on 2nd and 6. He hands it off to number 12, and he is dropped for no gain. Missouri calls their second timeout. It all comes down to this. 2:40 to go. Can the Rebels convert? Chambliss under pressure. Chambliss going to run, throw short. It's almost picked, but importantly, the pass is broken up and incomplete. Ole Miss will have to give the ball back unless they want to go for it here to try and end the game. 2:37 to go. Missouri will need to drive the length of the field for a touchdown, and they only have one timeout to do it with. Here comes the punt for Ole Miss. It's a wobbler, but it ends up being a pretty good punt back to the 17. Missouri has to go 83 yards. Pribula rolls, throws short, going to be caught to the 25 to the 30, almost to the 35-yard line. Number 0 with a great catch there. Or it might have been Xavier Lloyd. I'm not sure if that was 0 or 6. But whatever it is, the first down. And that might take us to the 2-minute timeout, but I imagine Missouri will try and go one more play here. 4 wide receivers set for Pribula. He gets everybody set up. Calls out defenders. And he's going to take the snap. He throws deep. It's caught by number 3 going out of bounds. That's Kevin Coleman Jr. making the catch for another Missouri first down. And now you got to start being careful with the clock, because you still haven't used your timeout. You're already close to field goal range, and you can get closer to the red zone without giving Ole Miss too much time. Pribula waits, throws short, going to be caught, and that'll run some time off the clock. That ends up being a pretty good play for them. Kevin Coleman Jr. makes the catch, and they will run this down to about 1:30 to go. Pribula is over 200 passing yards on the day. Yeah, we're definitely going over 2 hours with this episode. Pribula lines everybody up. He waits. He's under pressure, throws short. Can they get the first down? Beautiful juke, but he won't get to the first down marker. I believe that was Ahmad Hardy making the catch, but he's tackled just short. 3rd and 1. They will let the clock run again. They have the one timeout. They're being very liberal with the clock. 1:08 to go. Pribula throws short. Going to be a diving catch made by Kevin Coleman. First down, Missouri. And they're going to let that clock continue to run here. They're only 34 yards away from pay dirt. But now you got to start being careful. Now you're down to the last minute. We have a couple free plays left. Pribula, 4-man pressure. He's going to throw short again. That's going to be Marquise Johnson making the catch, juking through defenders up to the 17. It's another Missouri first down. They're playing this very well, and they could knock out a college football playoff team right here. Could this foreshadow Ole Miss's game against Georgia in 2 days? It very well might. Pribula calling out defenders again. He drops back. He throws short, can be caught by number 87. It's Norfleet. Norfleet's taken down, and now they will use their timeout. They're 10 yards away. It'll be 2nd and 3. High stakes football once again. This has been a classic episode. Brabula needs to throw quickly. He's under pressure. Throws to the end zone. That pass is caught. Touchdown, Missouri. Marquise Johnson gives the Tigers the lead. They could not have played that better. They only leave Ole Miss 25 seconds. The Rebels do have all 3 timeouts, but this is a bad situation for them. Once again, it'll come down to a difficult 2-point conversion, just like the last game we watched. And we'll see if they can march down quickly to try and get back into field goal range. It's going to be a tall order for them. And Trinidad Chambliss, who has barely thrown the ball in this game. He's under 50 yards passing. So here comes the choice. They will go for 2. Brabula lines up under center, which means they're going to run, which means I don't think they're going to get it. Hardy runs, gets it. Of course, the 95 overall running back is able to make the coach look smart with that choice. It's 22-19. A field goal cannot win the game for Ole Miss, but it can tie it. There goes the kick. Let's see what the Rebels choose to do here. It lands at the 1. Here comes the return down to the 21-yard line. They will have 22 seconds to work with and all 3 timeouts. Got to throw it past the first down marker, though. You got to go really quickly. Chambliss in the shotgun. Drops back. Needs to throw it long. He will. It's going to be caught, but short of the first down. And there's the first timeout used. Bad first play for Ole Miss. Just 16 seconds to play. 4 wide receivers set now for Chambliss. He waits. Going to throw short again. It's going to be caught by number 22. And that's the second timeout. But they're still about 22 yards away from the longest of long field goals. So this cannot be another dump-off pass. You don't have that option. Chambliss waits, throws short again. It's going to be caught, but short of the first down. There's your last timeout with 6 seconds to go. Horrible play calling by their defensive head coach. Now it's going to have to be a Hail Mary. You have no other option. Chambliss waits, going to throw short again. No, he launches deep. 3 seconds. Last play of the game. That pass is knocked away. And Missouri pulls off the upset win. They knock off Ole Miss. And I don't think a single good team that has been eliminated in this tournament. There's Lane Kiffin's. Bye. Right there. I'm not even going to do it on this stream, but no. Go jump into a lake, Lane Kiffin. Missouri gets the upset victory. Horrible clock management by computer Lane Kiffin. The Tigers move on into the top 19. There's some crazy eyes from Brett Norfleet as we go to the map and eliminate Ole Miss. There we go. I mean, I kind of wanted to see them keep going, but since Lane Kiffin's still in the game, no, I don't. Bye-bye. Shoot, let me do that again. There we go. Now this is a nice big territory for MIZZOU. Stretch it all the way down there. And honestly, we can put it over here and make it even bigger. Way up. We can put it up here, and no, we can't. No, we can't. It's not where Missouri stakes their claim. Honestly, we can probably just stretch it just a little bit more. They now own territory in Missouri, in Arkansas, Mississippi, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas. Huge territory for Missouri. As we go to the wheel, and knock off Ole Miss and go to stats. 22-19. A lot of very similar score lines in this episode. 20 for 27, 255 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception for Bo Perbula. Trinidad Chambliss, 9 of 16, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. Kawan Lacey was their starting runner. 17 carries, 109 yards. Logan Diggs, 5 for 14. Damian Taylor, 3 for 4, and 1 touchdown. Go to Missouri. Ahmad Hardy, 14 carries for 31 yards. He was held in check, but got the 2-point conversion. Bo Perbula, 7 for 13. Jamal Roberts, 1 for 4. Let's go to the receiving game. Kevin Coleman Jr., 6 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Marquise Johnson, 4 for 60 and a touchdown. Ahmad Hardy, 3 for 9 and a touchdown. Brett Norfleet, 3 for 32. Joshua Manning, 3 for 55. Jordan Harris, 1 for 7. We go to Ole Miss. Harrison Wallace III, 3 for 23. Daquan Wright, 2 for 23. DeJon Stribling, 2 for 21 and a touchdown. Logan Diggs, 1 for 8. Kawan Lacey, 1 for 6. Will Eccles with 2 TFLs. TJ Daughtery, 2 and 1. Ricky Fletcher, 1 TFL. Jamarius Brown gets 1. Prince Will Umanmielen gets 1. Centurion Perkins gets the interception. Wyatt Williams Jr. and Antonio Kite both get pass breakups. Tyler Banks gets a forced fumble. Nobody recovered it for Ole Miss. No blocks, no touchdowns, no safeties. We go to Missouri. Damon Wilson II, 2 TFLs, 1 sack. Sterling Webb, 1 and 1. Zion Young gets a TFL. No interceptions, no forced fumbles. Stephen Hall and Marvin Burks Jr. both with pass breakups. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. My voice is getting very tired. As we get a kicking, Blake Craig made both his extra points. Mike Baker with 2 made field goals and an extra point, but ended up not mattering in the slightest. Ole Miss loses to Missouri as we go to our last game of the night. Still haven't had the Florida battles that have to happen at some point in this tournament, right? Let's see if we get one of those to finish off this episode. The answer to that question, of course, is yes, possibly. We've got Miami. The only team they border is UCF. We'll see if the wheel or the arrow gives them a game here. They have so much ocean territory, just like Buffalo. Here's the spin. Nope. Miami will skip once again, and we go back to the wheel to shuffle once again. Is it Utah? No, we are going back to BYU. They've already played once. They beat Cal just a couple games ago, and now they've got Oregon, Utah, and Arizona State, plus a lot of Pacific Ocean territory. Let's see if they play. They will not. BYU will skip. They had to fight hard for that ocean territory, and now they are benefiting from it. So we shuffle for a third time. Buffalo? Is it Oregon? Is it finally Ohio State? And the answer to that question is yes. The Buckeyes are back. And they don't have any ocean or lake territory, which means they will have to play here for the first time since game 1. They've got Kent State, Buffalo, Tennessee, Ball State, and Notre Dame. Let's take a look at where the arrow will send the Buckeyes as they finally play again. That's going to be Southeast, and that is going to be Buffalo. This is your prize, Buffalo. You beat Penn State twice to get here, and now you have to face the defending national champions and the number 2 ranked team in the country. Let's see if Buffalo can pull off the absolutely insane. I mean, 96 overall on both offense and defense against an unremarkable team from the MAC. But we're gonna go with their I think we gotta go all black. Second alternate's pretty fun. Option, there we go. We're going to go with the home uniform for Ohio State. The Buckeyes have finally returned. Buffalo has earned a home game against this team. This is the crazy thing. Ohio State could win this game and suddenly get the most advantageous spot on the map besides Miami's. Because they would just have an unending amount of ocean territory to jump into anytime they're landed on from here on out, and barely any teams bordering them. Or Buffalo could shock the world. Wouldn't that be crazy? It's Ohio State versus Buffalo. We've already lost one college football playoff team tonight. Will we lose another? Or will the Buckeyes essentially punch their ticket to the top 5, probably, with a win here? Jaden Fielding sends this ball into the air. Buffalo will start with the ball in our last game of the night. And it's not a good return back to the 14-yard line. So here comes their quarterback facing off against a stacked, talented defense full of NFL players, including Caleb Downs, one of the best players in all of college football. Let's get these rosters up and ready to go. And it's not a good run for only 1 yard on the opening play for Buffalo. Let's see if they can keep it close. And the answer to that question is no. Answer to that question is no. It's 13-0. 20-0. Got the home lighting just to put it in there. It's 27-0. Buffalo can't score once. And it is a shutout loss to end the year for the Buffalo Bulls. But they got 2 very impressive wins to make it to this point. They should walk out of here with their heads held high, even though they got shut out by Ohio State. As we go to the map. There we go. Okay, Buffalo. You made this a classic episode, but it was only going to go so far. Bye-bye. Go. All right. The Buckeyes have their spot. They're bordering Tennessee, Kent State, and Ball State. Although, because Notre Dame shares that little bit of territory right there, if they go out west, they play Notre Dame. Oh, that's huge. Ohio State's territory is not as good as I thought it was because of that tiny little bit of Michigan. Or what is that? That is Ohio because they beat Toledo. Or Michigan beat Toledo and then gave their territory to Notre Dame. So we could set up for a national championship rematch at some point. In fact, that's probably going to happen sooner rather than later in this tournament. Wow, wow, wow. Let's go to the wheel and eliminate Buffalo to get down to our top 18. Let's go to stats for the last time tonight. Taquan Robertson, 8 for 22, 81 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Bad game for him. Julian Sayin, 19 of 26, 248, 2 touchdowns, essentially perfect. Bo Jackson, 13 carries for 64 yards and a touchdown. CJ Donaldson had 7 for 32. Julian Sand 5 for 6. James Peoples 4 for 9. Brandon Innes 1 for 2. There's the longs. We go back to Buffalo. Al-J Henderson 9 for 22. Taquan Robertson 8 for 22. As we go receiving for Buffalo, Nick McMillan 2 for 17. Isaiah Gavings 2 for 21. Al-J Henderson 1 for 2. Evan King 1 for 29. Terrell Fulton 1 for 3. Victor Snow 1 for 9. Max Clare, the tight end, 7 for 83 and a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith, 5 catches, 91 yards and a touchdown. Carnell Tate, 3 for 43. Brandon Innes, 2 for 26. Bryson Rogers, 1 for 5. Bo Jackson, 1 for 0. Only 3 tackles for loss. Caden Curry gets 2 with 2 sacks. Edric Houston gets 1 and 1. The interceptions go to Jermaine Matthews Jr. and Lorenzo Stiles Jr. I believe that's Sonny Stiles. Oh, no, Sonny Stiles got a pass breakup. Davison Igbenason gets the other one. No forced fumbles. No blocks, no safeties. And no touchdowns. We go to Buffalo. Kobe Stewart gets the only TFL for Buffalo in that game. Miles Greer and Deion Crawford had 2 pass breakups. They did not force a fumble. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. As we go to kicking. Jack Howes didn't do anything. And Jaden Fielding made 2 field goals and got 3 extra points. Here we go. And let's take a look at the map one last time. There we go. Going to zoom out a little bit here. There is your map for the top 18. The remaining teams: Oregon, Utah, BYU, Arizona State, Notre Dame, Iowa, Missouri, Texas State, Ball State, Kent State, Georgia Tech, Georgia, Florida, UCF, Miami. I think I said Kent State. I did. Tennessee and Ohio State are the last 2 to be counted. Those are your top 18. Next week, next Tuesday, we will have an 8-episode day as we get down, or an 8-game episode as we get down to the top 10. And I hope you all have fun watching the quarterfinal games over the next 2 days. I know I will. And I will see y'all next week for week 18 of this tournament. Bye-bye.